Value chain analysis of the Paper Mill Lounge and Theater by Beth Pratt. The vision of the Paper Mill Lounge and Theater is to bring the feel of a New Orleans social club to Sylva, North Carolina. They blend handcrafted cocktails and an exciting French theater to highlight the best of our region. Top-notch service helps finish out this well-executed vision. The value chain. Michael Porter states that getting competitive advantage can be achieved through analysis of the company's value chain. A company's value chain is a system of interdependent activities which are connected by linkages. The value chain is included in the company's larger stream of activities, which are connected when one activity affects the effectiveness or cost of the other activities. Companies can reach competitive advantage when the value chain is optimized by coordinating the activities to create a value for its products or services that exceeds the cost of performing the value activities. The company's value chain system can be grouped into two categories: the primary activities, which involves the physical creation of the product, marketing and delivery system, and the after-sales service, and the secondary or support activities, whereby the company's infrastructure and inputs allow the primary activities to occur. We are looking to add value for the customers with our value chain for the paper mill in order to compete with a differentiation as our focus. So inbound logistics. Let's see, superior incoming materials raise the quality of the finished products. So for instance, purchasing and using top-notch liqueurs or unique ones from the local distributor. He also handcrafts his juices for all of his mixed drinks himself, or sourcing fruit and products like artesian pickles and local chocolates locally in order to use in the product. Superior handling of incoming materials so as to minimize damage. So he could, well, for instance, he has a special beverage system for beers on tap. It keeps them at an optimal temperature and pressure, so you're always going to have the best tasting beer. He could also keep all his fruit and beverages on a continuous cycle of movement in order to maintain freshness. Timelines of supply to the manufacturing process, making sure the amount of inventory is dialed in so he doesn't have too much, thereby wasting or having to use products that aren't as fresh, but also maintaining the right amount so that when people come in, they're not left unable to purchase what they want. Operations. Conformance to product specifications improve the product performance. So, for instance, having a consistent style to your drinks that is taught and can be replicated by other employees. I know he has very specific recipes for them to follow, and as long as they are doing that, then a person could come in any night of the week, and no matter who's working, they're going to be able to get their favorite drink the way they want it. Rapid responses to customers' unique manufacturing specifications. Being comfortable changing a recipe to suit a customer if they say like they don't like it quite as strong, or they like a different fruit juice added to it, or even sometimes carrying a specific brand of liquor for a person who's regular, who comes in, and that will keep them coming to you because you carry something that no one else has, specifically for them. Consistent manufacturing of attractive products or enhanced product appearance, producing beautiful, unique drinks. He is very, very conscious of doing that. He posts them a lot on Facebook because they're beautiful. He recently bought these neat little coaster lights that he could sit the drinks on that kind of lights them from the bottom, so you can see like the different layers of colors and different things like that. Providing a wide product range, having the ability to make not only your standard drinks, but also more exotic drinks. Outbound logistics, accurate and responsive order processing procedures. So making sure that all the employees understand how to handle the guests and their orders. So for instance, when someone comes in the door and then someone comes in right behind them, how do you handle a customer who's waiting when you're already dealing with one customer? Rapid and timely product deliveries to customers, making sure the order process is done correctly and the products have a quick turnaround time, because if someone's standing at the bar for 20 minutes waiting to place an order or get a drink, they're less likely to come back. Marketing and sales, extensive personal relationships with buyers and suppliers. It's really important to cultivate a one-on-one connection. It will generate loyalty to the lounge. So if someone feels known or liked and they like you, then they're more likely to come back for that personal experience than to go to another bar in town where they're kind of lost in the crowd. Creating a greater convenience for customers. So really considering your hours of operation, the hours that you run your events, it should depend on your customers. If they're an older crowd, they might want to, have things done a little bit earlier. Make sure you always have enough staff to effectively serve people. So really focusing on if I have an event, it's a Saturday night, whatever the circumstance, making sure you have plenty of people in there to help the customers. Effective and extensive advertising and promotions that builds your image. Make sure your brand is fully understood. He has a pretty clear vision of what he wants his lounge to feel like. He does a really good job of manifesting that. He also does a really good job of sharing that experience online and kind of explaining it so people want to come in and check it out. You need to consistently have an internet presence, which he does. He's always sharing new drinks he's coming up with. Also events. He does a really great job of promoting the different events that are coming up. Service, high service quality. So always keeping the highest level of service for yourself and your employees. You want to make sure that they understand exactly what you expect of them in the way of their behavior and the way they handle their interactions with the customer. You can't always be there as the owner, and you need to know that they completely understand what's necessary to make the customer happy. Make sure all products offered are always available and stocked. I think we've all had that experience where you go in somewhere to buy something, and it could be something you've had several times and really enjoy or looking forward to. And if they don't have the things to make that, it's incredibly disappointing, and it kind of takes the luster off the place, and maybe next time you won't be quite as eager to go there. Make sure that your products are easy to understand. So even if you have fancy names for your drinks, for example, providing an explanation of what's in them, a breakdown, so the customer kind of is able to educate themselves before they order. Also, making sure your employees are really educated as well and are able to explain the drinks, talk about different wines, talk about how they taste, and be able to, usually from having tried it themselves, be able to suggest things to the customers. Okay, so now we're on to support activities. Firm infrastructure. So highly developed information systems to better understand customers' purchasing preferences. So for instance, Craig has a really good electronic inventory system that he's worked on. In it, he has detailed each drink and exactly how much of what goes into it. So his purchasing system is also connected with that. So when he sells, 3 of a certain type of drinks, it should be, communicating with his inventory system. So when it comes time to order, he has a really good idea about how much he actually needs, how much he's used, and it helps him track whether maybe other bartenders are overpouring or underpouring. So it's a very important system to have. Human resource management, having compensation programs intended to encourage worker creativity and productivity. That's a good way to go about it. So you could have, let your employees come up with special drinks themselves and see how many they could sell, and whoever, is able to promote their personal beverage that they've made the most and sell the most. Maybe they win a prize, things like that. Superior personal training that supports the goals for quality and responsiveness. So there's nothing worse than starting a job and not feeling like you're prepared. You haven't been trained properly. There's a high standard, but you don't know how to achieve it. So really covering that with your employees and making sure they're ready, it benefits you and it benefits them. And helping them understand how important it is to really develop a commitment to customer service, especially in an industry like a bar. I mean, that's what you have. You have, of course, the quality of the drink, but also people are going there for the experience. And if they feel like, they're not getting good service, I mean, that's maybe even more important than the drink in a lot of ways. Okay, let's see. Technology development. You want to have easy to use methods for making the product. So, as I said before, having a recipe book, having really self-explanatory measurement systems of how to produce each drink. Let's see. The use of the internet for customer retention and acquisition. He's really good at that. He has, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff, and he's very active in and he has cultivated, quite a few likes and people, and he's able to really connect with them and let them know what's going on at his bar because they've sort of joined into his bar and his idea. Unique product features through innovation. You want to have your standards at a bar, but there's always new liquors coming out and different things that you can try, and not being stuck and being creative, which he's also very good at. It enables you to kind of engage your crowd and excite them and maybe even have them come in based on a new drink or something that you've come up with. Procurement. Develop systems and procedures to find the highest quality materials for the product. So, of course, with a bar, it's really about having the best, sources. It's really about the people you buy from. So you want to have really, really good people that you buy your products from, and that they have the highest quality items. And hopefully it's also very important to build and maintain a close relationship with those suppliers, because then you can get the better prices, and they're likely to let you know about new products earlier and help you have the edge that you'll need in order to be competitive and be successful. So basically, if you take all these things from the value chain and put them together, and you really, really consider how you can make an edge over your competitor, because for Craig, he's never going to be able to financially best people. He's never going to be able to make the cheapest drinks and have the cheapest things because he's a very small bar, and there's always going to be a grocery store or a larger Applebee's kind of place that comes in that he can't compete with. So for him, it's all about setting himself apart, and he's done that through really providing higher quality establishment and products. So what we kind of went over is the things he can do in order to continually set himself apart and really, really establish those bonds with his customers so that they keep coming in because they keep feeling like he's continually producing a higher end, better quality product. Thank you.